Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining in the world today. Welcome to today's weekly webinar session with vFairs. So we are now on episode 10 of the weekly webinar. Today, just to give you a bit of an overview, the host of today will be our CEO, Yunus. He will run over the all-in-one platform and run over the features that we have for virtual platform, in-person events, and hybrid events. Feel free, please, to pop into the chat today where you're joining us from in the world. We'd love to know. And any questions that you've got throughout the webinar, please pop them in any of the chat functions, Q&A functions, and we will be doing a live Q&A as well. Yunus will be answering your questions, so feel free to pop any of those in. Also, at the end of the session, we will be giving a giveaway prize to one of the lucky viewers. So please stay right till the end and we will be giving away, hopefully, a prize to one of the viewers. So yeah, welcome again and thank you for joining us. And over to Yunus.
Thank you, Danica. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm thrilled to have each and every one of you here today, whether you're logging in from the comfort of your home, joining us on LinkedIn Live, or joining us from the office on this Zoom call. I'm excited to connect with all of you. Before we dive into the exciting world of virtual, in-person, and hybrid events and explore the vFairs platform, as Danica mentioned, we would love to know a bit more about you guys. So please feel free to type in the chat where you're logging in from, your company name, and a brief description of your upcoming virtual, in-person, or hybrid event. This way, we can make this webinar even more interactive and tailored to your needs. For those of you who are not familiar with vFairs, it's an all-in-one events platform that helps you run in-person, virtual, and hybrid events. We are ranked #1 on G2 as all-in-one event platform as well as the virtual event platform. Today, I will walk you through some of the amazing features of vFairs platform. And again, if you have any questions throughout this demo, please feel free to post those questions in the chat so that we can go ahead and we can answer it to you while we are going through this demo. So during this demo, we'll walk you through the event ticketing and registration platform. So with any event, as you know, it starts with event promotion, the landing page, and how you can promote that event. So we'll start with that. After that, we'll quickly go through our core virtual events platform. We'll go through all the core features of the platform and some of the additional engagement features. After that, we'll go through our in-person event offerings. We'll go through the badge printing app. We'll go through the vFairs mobile event app. So we'll go through all of that. And in the end, we'll discuss how all of those things are powered by our event analytics and our integration engine. So with that, let's get started. With any event, the very first thing that we do is we work with you to have the event landing page up and running. It's a fully branded event page that has your branding, that has your logo, color scheme, and everything. And on that landing page, you can have any information about your upcoming event. This can be about the agenda of the event. This can be about the speakers who are going to be participating in that event, the different exhibitors and sponsors who are participating in your conference, along with any FAQs related to your event. Whether you're running a conference, trade show, job fair, or any type of event, we work with you to set up that first impressive landing page. Typically, the next step after a landing page is that users would want to go ahead and RSVP for your event. We work with you to configure a registration form as per your needs. All of the fields that are there in the registration form, you can configure that from our self-service backend. You can decide what is the information that you want to capture from attendees. That registration form can be as simple as you would want, maybe just a name and email address, or it can be as thorough as you would want. You might have a registration form where you want attendees to buy multiple tickets for their entire crew. You might have a registration form where you're selling tickets, and you can create different packages for attendees, for exhibitors, and for sponsors. So we work with you to have all of those registration forms set up. You might want to collect payments. Which is again simple tickets or multiple tickets. We work with you on all of those configurations that you want on the landing page as well as on the registration form. So as an attendee, I get to know more about your event. I go ahead and then RSVP for your event, whether it's a virtual event or in person. The next thing that typically happens is that these attendees will receive a branded confirmation email that will have your event details, how these attendees would be able to attend that particular event virtually or in person. If it's an in-person event, it will have the QR code and the venue details. If it's a virtual event, it will have the login details using which they can log into the virtual event platform. Now, after users have registered on the landing page, have filled up the form, have received that email, they typically receive confirmation emails, reminder emails leading up to the event. And then on the day of the event itself, if it's a virtual event, they will be logging into your virtual event platform. As these attendees log in, there are different options of how that first impression of this virtual event can be. We can make them feel as if they're actually entering into your headquarters office or into a specific virtual venue. We work with you on that look and feel so that the very first impression about your event is a highly memorable one. We have so many fancy designs that you can pick from, or we can always work with you to create a very custom design specific to your needs. It might be your headquarters office, or it might be, again, one of those venues where you might be running a hybrid event. Our immersive designs are extremely popular. Having said that, there are some customers who do prefer a nice, simple design. And again, we also provide those options as well. So you can decide whether you want to run an event in an immersive environment or in a 2D website kind of a look and feel. I'm going to walk you through all of our core features right now. And again, those core features works exactly the same way, whether you decide to run this conference in an immersive design or in a 2D simple design. There are three main components in any virtual event platform. The very first one is the auditorium. If you're running a conference or any trade show, one of the things that you typically want your attendees to do is to come and have a look at the different sessions that might be happening live, semi-live, or might be available on demand. Attendees would be able to come, learn a bit more about the session, who are the different speakers, access the information that's available within the auditorium, and then from there, join the session itself. The session can be a webinar like this one. It can be a group meeting, depending on your needs. As I'm attending a session, I can go ahead and I can post my questions. Those questions can be moderated. Those questions can be in text format as well as in video format. We have our webinar platform using which you can have a practice session even before the session goes live. And at the same time, we work with pretty much all the popular webinar platforms out there, and they are embedded within the vFairs platform. So if your company prefer to use Microsoft Teams or Zoom or StreamYard or any other similar webinar platform, all of those platforms can be embedded within the entire vFairs virtual event experience. So that's section number one, which is, again, attendees can look at the auditorium, can go through the different sessions, and can attend those webinars. Now, if you're running a trade show or a job fair, exhibit hall is extremely important for you. If it's a career fair, these are the different employers who are participating in your event in order to interact with job seekers. If it's a trade show, then these are all the exhibitors and sponsors who are out there to sell their merchandise, to sell their products. And as an attendee, I can go and I can visit their booth. Once I am in their booth, I can go to the different videos that they have, the different documents they have, the different products that they have to showcase. And at the same time, as I am in their particular booth, I can also go ahead and have a live chat conversation with all of those reps. I can have text chat with them. I can have also audio and video chat with them. These chat conversations can be one-to-one, or these can be in the form of group chats where any exhibitors or any of your sponsors can create a group networking chat room for their own stand. We have so many configurations available in our chat platform, whether it is ad hoc chat conversations, whether these are timed chat conversations, whether these are, again, you want to form a queue when you as an exhibitor want to have a conversation with someone. We have so many of these configurations available exactly to fit your own specific event needs. So we have gone through the auditorium. We have gone through the exhibit hall. We, at all the point, also are available as vFairs staff in the tech support section of the information desk. So that if there are any questions regarding the technology of the platform, and if anyone needs any help, vFairs is always available out there to answer those questions on the spot. Usually our customers are also available in the information desk in order to answer any questions from the attendees about the event in general. These are the core features of the technology platform. We'll quickly go through some of the add-on features as well that you might be interested in specific to your needs. But before I jump into those additional features, I want to quickly see if there are any questions on the chat that you would want me to answer right now.
So Eunice, you answered one about the customer support. So thank you for answering that without knowing. And there's another one on LinkedIn. What are the security features of vFairs?
Perfect. I think that's a brilliant question. And I want all of you guys to know that vFairs is one of the only few event management platform companies out there that has pretty much all the compliance certificate that's required from different countries across the globe. So vFairs is CCPA compliance, GDPR compliance. We have the ISO 27001 certification. We are Microsoft SSPA certified. We have our own SOC2 certification. We are VPAT compliant as well as WCAG compliant. So one thing that I wanted to also highlight over here is that we are one of the only few companies out there, whose entire platform is fully accessible to people with special needs. We work with different organizations where we get audited by their team, and whether it's CNIB, whether it's Government of Canada, and several others, where their entire audience many times has been people with special needs, and they have been able to attend our in-person events as well as virtual events through our fully accessible platform. So whether security or accessibility, we have all what it takes to pretty much manage anyone's need for their conference. If there are no other questions, quickly, let me just jump into some of the other add-ons that are available within the vFairs virtual event platform. We're just going to go through a few of them. These are the most common ones. If you have any specific add-on feature requirement or any additional requirement, please feel free to ask that question on the chat or reach out to vFairs, and we would love to again specifically answer that particular feature request. So one of the most common features that is typically used is photo booth. So again, whether it's an in-person event or a virtual event, you want your attendees to come and to be able to create a memory that they were participating in that particular event. So our photo booth allows you to go ahead and take a picture, add a frame about your conference or about your logo, about your brand. And once they are done with that, again, that photo booth gallery is available for everyone to view and to vote on. Many of our customers gamify the photo booth, where someone who has got the most amount of likes would go ahead and win a prize. And so this is one of those most commonly used add-ons that our customers love. Another cool feature that we have is the leaderboard functionality. Whether it's a conference or a trade show or any other type of event, you want to incentivize your attendees to follow a certain behavior, which is to log in at a certain time, go ahead and participate in the keynote session, interact with sponsors. So you can create all of those actions and you can incentivize your attendees based on those actions. As attendees of the platform, I can then go ahead and see how well I'm ranking against everyone else who's also participating in this particular conference. This increased engagement significantly among the entire platform of your conference. We also have scavenger hunt functionality, where across the platform you can hide different objects, and as these attendees come and find those hidden objects, they can get different prizes based on that. So again, one of the most commonly used feature out there, whether it's an in-person event or a virtual event, we can work with you to create those scavenger hunt features for any of your conferences. We have a couple of more features. One of them is what's my favorite is smart matchmaking. If it's a job fair, you can connect job seekers with employers so that based on specific need of a particular employer, based on their job posting, they can be matched with a candidate and they can start their interview using this. Similarly, if you have, again, a conference, you can have attendees network with each other using this particular feature. So again, one of the most commonly used feature, you can have smart matchmaking or you can have random matchmaking. As you get matched with anyone, you can accept or decline that match. If you go ahead and accept it, it's a quick 3 to 5 minutes networking conversation between you and that particular attendee. There are some ice-breaking questions that are out there that you can go ahead and you can ask, or you can just have a natural conversation with that particular attendee that you are having a conversation with. I just saw one question. Quickly going to go ahead and answer that one, and then move on with the rest of the demo. So what are some tips for increasing engagement at a virtual event on vFairs? See, it purely depends on your conference. In many cases, it's the content that is the single biggest thing why someone is attending your conference. So you want to make sure that there are reasons for people to come and be excited about that conference. So focus on, again, the content, the keynote, the sessions, or in case of a job fair trade show, the stands, the exhibitors who are participating in there. Assuming those things are there, then things like leaderboard functionality, where people are incentivized to do certain actions in order to get points and be rewarded for that, has been the single biggest way to increase engagement. Other than that, things like roundtables have been extremely popular, where people can come and can join a group chat conversation, a roundtable conversation, again, for a topic of their interest or with people that they want to network with. The way roundtable typically works is that you come and you see the different roundtables that exist, and then you can go ahead and you can grab a seat wherever that seat is available for those roundtables. Once you join a roundtable, you become part of that group video chat conversation, where you as a roundtable can discuss any topic and can discuss and comment on that one. This has been extremely popular in terms of increasing engagement among attendees and between attendees and speakers and exhibitors. If there are any further questions about the virtual event platform, please feel free to post that on chat. I will quickly jump into some of the other sections of the platform. So let's quickly go through the in-person event offering. Just going to go back, just rewind, we discussed that for any of your event, you need to have the landing page, you need to have the registration form. We then discussed that those attendees would come, and then those visitors would come and then would register for your for your event. And once they have registered, they will receive a confirmation email. We have gone through the virtual event platform category. Now we will go to the in-person event offering. See, for the in-person event, the very first thing that would happen is that users would come and they wanna check in, and there are two different ways that they can check in, and it depends on your preference how and what kind of experience you want to offer to your attendees. Option number one is that attendees would come over there and would just scan their QR code that they have received in their registration confirmation email. And as they scan that QR code, they will get their badge automatically. So it can be a fully self-service check-in platform. The other one is that you can serve them by asking them about their name or their email address or any other unique identifier, and you can print the badge for them. We not only provide the software that helps you, again, print those badges, we also provide the hardware, the lanyard, and the badge itself as well. So we are an all-in-one event platform, and we can help you everything virtual and everything related to the software as well as the hardware. Similarly, for any of the exhibitors or speakers that you are absolutely sure are going to attend the conference, you can always go ahead and can print their badges in bulk, so that they don't have to come and even be part of the queue in order to collect their badges. You can print those badges well in advance and can give it to them upon their arrival. So again, for the in-person conference, you learn about the event, you register for that event, and then you come and collect your badge. After you have collected your badge, you go ahead and then you participate in the conference itself. Now, in order for you to get the best out of your conference, we offer vFairs mobile event app. This can be the vFairs mobile event app, or it can be a fully branded mobile app for your event itself. I'll walk you through some of the functionalities of the vFairs mobile app, but again, the same functionalities can be applied to your own white label mobile app itself as well. Before I go into that, I'm just going to quickly read the questions and answer them. So I see a question which says, do you integrate with other platforms and apps? And the answer is yes. We have over 2,000 plus integrations. We integrate with different CRM providers like Salesforce, Marketo, Pipedrive. We integrate with several MarTech providers, whether it is Eloqua or Marketo. We integrate with job boards, whether it's Connexa or Telio. We connect with payment providers, whether it's PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net. So we are a very integration-friendly platform. So whether it's an app or a platform, we should be able to integrate with any of those as far as they are they have the open APIs or they have their integration toolkit. So thanks for asking that question. Just going back to the in-person event, as you enter into that in-person conference, one of the things that you would use the most is just to find out where to go. Where are the different sections of that particular in-person event? Where is the auditorium? If you want to meet a certain vendor, where is that vendor? And if you click on any of those sections, the app will tell you exactly the shortest way, the most efficient way for you to go from where you are to that particular section, to a hall, to an auditorium, to the food and beverage places, any of those things. So that's one core feature that most of our customers use. I'm going to walk you through a lot of these features, Any of those features can be switched on or off depending on your own specific event. You may not need all of those features. You might need specifically 3 or 4 features. And again, we can configure it that way. So after you have figured out how to go from one place to another, for a conference, the single most important thing is to learn a bit more about the different sessions that are happening. You can learn about the session itself, about the speakers, and you can then go ahead and can add them into your own specific schedule. You can create your own personalized schedule. And in this way, you will know when is the next session that is going to start that you plan to attend, and where is that venue where you have to go to attend that particular session. If those sessions recordings are being broadcasted live, you'll be able to even watch that directly from the app itself as well. The third most important feature, other than the directions and the auditorium, is the sponsors hall. This is where you can learn who are the different exhibitors who are participating in this particular conference. You can again, collect a lot of their brochures and documents from here. You can also go ahead and book a meeting with them in advance at a specific venue. So that's just, again, some of the core features of the sponsors hall. You would also be able to see the different attendees who are participating in this particular conference, and you can start networking with them leading up to the event. You can have a meeting booked with them at a certain time, or you can have a real-time chat conversations with them also on the spot. You can have text chat with them, you can have audio chat with them, and you can have video chat with them. These are some of the most core features. Everything else that we have gone through the virtual event platform, whether it was a photo booth, whether it was a leaderboard, whether it was a scavenger hunt, all of those add-on features are also available for the in-person event as well. You can collect information through quizzes, through surveys. You can have, again, a photo booth or a gallery, even for your in-person event. All of those things are available for your in-person event as well. If it's a job fair, you can also see what are different jobs available with different exhibitors, and you can go ahead and meet with those exhibitors, employers. You can also have a conversation with them around that specific job as you're meeting with them. With that, again, these are the core features for the in-person event offering. One last thing is that as you are meeting with other attendees, you can also network with each other and exchange business cards with each other through our QR code functionality. We have a dedicated lead capture app for exhibitors where they can scan the attendees and can collect their contacts. And similarly for attendees, we have the QR code functionality where as they're meeting with anyone else, they can collect their information, they can make notes about that conversation so that once they are back to their homes or offices, they can go ahead and they can export all of that details. With that, we are done with the core features of our offering. All of this comes with detailed reports, so you know exactly how many people attended your event, how many people visited a particular booth, how many of them attended a particular session. So you get all of those details and more through our self-service backend, as well as we provide a custom PDF report that summarizes the ROI of your event. I know that I have been answering questions, throughout the webinar, but if there are any other questions with which we can answer, right now, please feel free to post them on chat. We'll be announcing our winner also in the next 1 minute, just based on the engagement throughout this webinar.
There is one question about the analytics. So if the event is to happen on the app, in person with the app or virtually, do all exhibitors get access to the data analytics, or can it be restricted depending on what sponsor has paid for what amount for the event?
Yeah, see, it's up to the event organizer to decide what kind of analytics would be available to sponsors versus exhibitors versus just attendees. So the event organizer would have all of the stats, but then they, depending on the package that a sponsor would have bought from them, would decide what kind of analytics and what kind of raw data that these sponsors would get once the event is over.
Amazing, thank you. Thank you so much, Yunus. That wraps up today's demo, but just to go over a few more things, if there are any questions that we've missed, then feel free to pop them back in the chat. Candice has also been dropping in the chat the link to our demo. So if you would like to book in a demo to find out a bit more, to get your questions answered, please feel free to click on that link in the chat and book in a demo with one of the sales team, and we will be happy to help. As I mentioned at the beginning of the demo as well, we were going to be giving away a giveaway prize, and that winner for the prize is a $200 voucher off their first event with vFairs, and the winner will be Alok Sharma on LinkedIn. So well done, congratulations. Candice will probably reach out to you in the next few minutes on LinkedIn for the details of that prize. So well done. And just to also mention, this demo has been recorded today and it will be available on our vFairs YouTube channel. So feel free to go onto the channel, subscribe, share this demo and any other webinar that we've had previous weeks are all on there as well. Share them with your contacts. And yes, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, Yunus. And please feel free to join us next week for episode 11. And that will be with myself and my colleague Katie for the webinar next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.